Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're now watching TVS Nightline. I'm Muhammad Yusuf, and let us begin with the top story. Now, ports in Sarawak are given notice to be prepared to undergo modernization through innovation and the adoption of new technologies. This will cater to Sarawak's plan in becoming a high-income state by 2030, where ports will be playing more important roles. State Deputy Chief Minister Dato' Ahmad Douglas Oga Ambas said Sarawak will be exporting more food products in the future, a crucial industry for developed states. The process of modernization will also incorporate a new management style whilst enhancing all essential facilities. He then stated that ports in Sarawak holds a lot of potential to become as competitive as ports in developed countries. Uga visited the Senari port on Friday after he was recently appointed as the Ministry of Infrastructure and Ports Development. Also present were his assistant ministers, Datuk Majang Renggi and Aidil Lariwu. Despite being labelled as a grey area before the just concluded 12th state election, LAMBIR Assemblyman Dr. Ripin Lamat's majority win is a testament that the people have confidence in Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS under the leadership of Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. According to Deputy Chief Minister Datuk Ahmad Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, this proves that the current government is trusted to fulfill the aspirations of the people of Sarawak.
He added, the success would not have been achieved without the strong support from the people in LAMBIR and the community leaders in the area.
Dan inilah komitmen kerajaan TVS. Komitmen yang amat berhormat Ketua Menteri. Iaitu untuk menjadikan negeri Sarawak ini sebuah negeri yang maju. Yang mempunyai pendapatan yang tinggi. Yang akan dapat meningkatkan kesejahteraan hidup masyarakat kita. Dan dalam masa yang sama, untuk menyeimbangkan lagi pembangunan antara bandar dengan luar bandar, antara satu wilayah dengan satu wilayah.
He said the GPS government is also targeting a zero unemployment rate among Sarawakans and will continue to improve the living standards of the rakyat with a holistic approach.
Inilah sebenarnya tumpuan. Dan untuk memberi peluang pada semua masyarakat kita, tak kira di mana mereka berada, supaya mereka dapat meningkatkan kesejahteraan hidup. Dari segi pendidikan, dari segi kemahiran, dari segi peningkatan sosioekonomi masyarakat, menjaga kebajikan masyarakat.
The State Transport Ministry is studying proposals by airline operators on additional flights in time for the Chinese New Year celebration. Its Minister Datuk Sri Lee Kim Shin said this is to enable Sarawakians to return home for the festive season.
Kim Shin told reporters that his ministry will be communicating with the airlines on the additional flights and controlling its fares. He said the fares will increase as the number of flights from Peninsular Malaysia will be very limited due to high demand. Earlier, Kim Shin was met by reporters of the prayer ceremony at the Tua Pek Kong Temple in Miri on Saturday.
Right, the Minister for Utility and Telecommunication, Dato' Julaihi Narawi, commended the staff of Kuching Water Board and the cooperation given in fulfilling their responsibilities throughout the COVID-19 pandemic period. Julaihi added that the Kuching Water Board plays a vital role in ensuring that clean and sufficient water supply needs are met, especially in Kuching City and the surrounding areas.
Dan walaupun dalam suasana norma-norma baru, tetapi saya juga ingin mengambil peluang ini untuk mengucapkan setinggi-tinggi tahniah dan syabas kepada warga Lembaga Air Kuching kerana walaupun dalam suasana kita berdepan dengan pandemik COVID-19, saya yakin telah dapat menunaikan tanggungjawab dalam suasana SOP yang begitu ketat sekali, ya.
He said so during the Kuching Water Board Appreciation Night on Friday. Meanwhile, regarding the construction of a new water treatment plant in LAMBIR, he said as a newly elected minister, he would require more information from the Kuching Water Board.
Saya baru hadir di majlis penghargaan pada malam ini. So I think what I will do later on, saya akan mendapat taklimat yang lebih terperinci daripada lembaga air Kuching untuk mengetahui perancangan dan seluruh termasuk yang dimaksudkan oleh saudari.
July, he expressed his confidence in Kuching Water Board's plan in the event of a flood disaster in Sarawak, especially in Kuching area. Also present during the event were both Assistant Ministers of Utility and Telecommunication, Datuk Liwan Lagang and Datuk Dr. Abdul Rahman Junaidi.
Gabungan Parti Sarawak, GPS victory in securing 76 seats throughout the state during the 12th state election clearly shows that the people in the state want Sarawak to be governed by the coalition. Parti Pesaka Bumi Putera Bersatu PBB Vice President Dr. Anwar Rapais said Sarawakians made a wise choice as the coalition always aims to protect the well-being and future of the people in addition to its capability in further developing the state more rapidly.
Saya sekali lagi dengan rendah hati menyatakan bahawa kemenangan kita ini adalah atas usaha tuan-tuan sekalian, atas titik peluh tuan-tuan sekalian. Saya hanya menjadi manuk sabung pada pilihan raya tersebut. Tetapi yang menyorak, yang menolak, yang menyokong, yang melonjakkan saya sehingga kita mencapai kejayaan ini adalah tuan-tuan sekalian pada hari pilihan raya tersebut.
Dr. Anwar, who is also Nangka State Assemblyman, attributed his success in retaining the seat in the recent state election with a majority of more than 10,000 votes to the hard work of all Nangka PBB members over the years.
Selagi saya diberi amanah ini, selagi saya diberi tanggungjawab ini, selagi tuan-tuan mahu bersama saya akan pastikan perjuangan PBB di Sibu ini tidak akan luntur, malah akan terus maju di masa akan datang.
He added, the big win was a huge mandate entrusted by voters, which needed to be fulfilled as best as possible over the next 5 years. Anwar said PBB is open to young people within Nangka State constituency to get more involved in politics through the party and invited those within the Sibu community to join PBB to strengthen and empower the part in Sibu.
More than 30 projects covering infrastructure, farm roads and drainage under the Rural Transformation Program RTP slated for the Mambong State constituency this year have been approved.
Assistant Minister of Transport Datuk Dr. Jerib Susil said the list will be issued by the Surian and Kuching Division Residence Officers and the projects will be supervised by the Department of Irrigation and Drainage DID Sarawak. On the drainage works, Susil said a total of 100,000 ringgit had been allocated to build new drains in Kampong Mambong. It was warned earlier that mud floods would hit some houses at the lower land in the village, and although the situation so far had not been severe, it has caused concern amongst the residents.
Throughout December 2021, over 200 pigs were found dead at farms located in Bintangor and Durin. The Department of Veterinary Services, DVS, ran through 3 bone samples of the dead animals and are currently waiting for results. However, DVS assured that pork products in the market are still safe for consumption for non-Muslims.
Director of DVS, Dr. Adrian Susin Ambud, when contacted by TVS, disclosed that so far, no new incident has been reported this month throughout the state. Should these incidents be caused by the African swine fever, the virus is not zoonotic, which means it will not compromise humans' life and it is not transmissible from pigs to humans. However, it is a highly contagious disease that can spread among the pigs themselves and is incurable. To prevent such possibility, Dr. Adrian reminded farmers to strengthen the biosecurity of their farms and to not feed their pigs with uncooked leftovers or waste containing meat. Farmers are also instructed to report to the nearest DVS if there are any cases of mass death involving any animal via their WhatsApp hotline as shown on screen.
Welcome along to the Paul and Mala Ali Show, coming to you from our little country. This is a big show with a lot of heart. We got family, food, fitness, fashion and fabulosity. Join me as I share with you my little Brunei. Only on TVS Astro, Channel 122 and MyTV.
Negeri Sarawak, sebuah negeri yang nyata luar biasa. Inilah misi untuk mengeksplorasi keindahan dan keunikan negeri Sarawak.
Perjalanan ke lokasi pun dah menjadi seperti sesuatu pengembaraan. Macam-macam lah yang ada. Budaya, sosial, landscape, flora, fauna dan alam semula jadi.
Jom bersama aku, Chopi dan Amir mengembara pusing Sarawak ini dalam Kemah Kita Bah.
Welcome back. Now, the Malaysian Meteorological Department Met Malaysia has issued an alert for continuous heavy rain, which is expected to occur at 10 areas in Sarawak from January 11 to January 13. Met Malaysia announced on their official Twitter account that the areas expected to experience the heavy rain are Kuching, Serian, Semarahan, Sri Aman, Betong, Sarike, Sibu, Mukah, Kapit and Bintulu. Under the department's warning system, the yellow alert level indicates that continuous rain is expected to occur from a day to 3 days. Those residing in flood-prone areas are advised to stay on high alert at all times. Now, prior to hosting any event, activity, gathering, or social interaction at venues, buildings, or facilities within the jurisdiction of Kuching South City Council MBKS, written approvals from the council are necessary.
MBKS in a statement said applicants seeking permits must follow directions, guidelines and standard operating procedures SOPs provided from time to time by the State Disaster Management Committee STMC, the Ministry of Health MOH or the Council. The public are reminded that events held should not be political in nature and are subject to the Council's approval. Sarawak has just transitioned into Phase 4 of the National Recovery Plan NRP as announced by Senior Defence Minister Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Hussein on January 3, 2022. SOPs and the guidelines for organising mass events can be found on the STMC's website.
Right. An early dawn fire consumed a teacher's block at SMK Balai Ringin around 3 a.m. on Saturday. According to Serian Fire and Rescue Department, a distress call was received around 3:05 a.m. following a loud explosion from inside the teacher's office. Security guard Donnie Jimilangan told reporters that a loud explosion was heard from inside the teacher's office located on the first floor of the school building right before the place went up in flames. The rescue operation consisted of firefighters from the Serian and Siburan fire stations and was aided by the Balai Ringin Bomba volunteer team. Despite their best effort, however, the upper portion of the building was already 90% destroyed by the fire.
Kebakaran kita dapat kawal dalam jam lebih kurang dalam 3.57 lah, dan operasi kita tamat pada jam 6.22 pagi tadi lah. Di dalam operasi itu kita tidak menghadapi masalah. Sebenarnya kat situ memang operasi kita tidak mendapat masalah lah. Kita dapat menjalankan operasi dengan berjaya lah. Walaupun pada awalnya memang lebih daripada 90% dah tingkat atas. Tingkat bawah kita dapat selamatkan. Bangunan blok pejabat itu adalah 2 tingkat lah. So kita punya operasi tamat 6.22 tadi lah.
The fire was fully extinguished by firefighters who entered the burning premises via the school staircase without any reported injuries. The cause of the fire is still pending investigation. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education will follow up on the damage caused by the fire that broke out at the teachers' block of the school. In a Facebook post, its senior minister, Dr. Razi Jidin, said that they were gathering all relevant information regarding the incident and immediate action will be taken soon. The prices of chicken and eggs will continue to skyrocket if there is no government intervention. Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs KPDN HEP Minister Datuk Sri Alexander Nantalinggi said the government has and will continue to take proactive steps to balance the rise of chicken and egg prices in the market. He said among the steps taken were extending the Malaysian Family Maximum Price Scheme SHMKM until February 4, importation of frozen round chicken meat, and providing soft loan facilities to chicken breeders to overcome the sudden rise in chicken meat prices in the market. Nanta said the ceiling prices for chicken meat have been fixed at RM6.10 per kilogram ex-farm, RM7.80 per kilogram wholesale, and RM9.10 per kilogram retail. Apart from that, the Agriculture and Food Industries Ministry, MAFI, also imports 10,000 metric ton frozen round chicken or 5.5 million chickens a month. Nanta said the government also provided soft loans to the country's poultry industry to overcome the surge in chicken prices in the market, with an allocation of RM262 million to help farmers affected by rising fertilizer and pesticides prices. He was responding to comments regarding the increase in chicken and egg prices in the market when SHMKM ends on February 4. Nanta explained that the issue of rising chicken prices, which involved operating costs influenced by the world market, was indeed very challenging and demanded the cooperation of the various ministries and agencies. Nonetheless, he said his ministry will continue to monitor the prices. Now, the Bantuan Keluarga Malaysia Bkm, or the Malaysian Family Assistance Program, is expected to benefit more than 9.6 million recipients in 2022 with an allocation of RM8.2 billion. This represents an increase from 8.6 million recipients with an allocation of RM7 billion under the Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat BPR initiative in 2021. Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz said the government wants to ensure that those who are eligible and still not in the government database can register and apply. He added that to ensure eligibility, the data will be cross-checked against data from other government agencies. As of January 7, 2022, the Inland Revenue Board had received a total of 1,429,262 new BKM applications and updates. Of this, 355,071 were new applications, while 1,124,191 were requests for updates. The BKM registration is open from January 1 to January 31, 2022, and nearly 95% of new applications and updates to date were made online. On to the next news. 3 cosmetic products found to contain mercury have been banned by the Health Ministry MOH, namely NP Beauty FM Cream, NP Beauty FB Cream 7G, and Access Beauty Night Cream. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said mercury is banned in cosmetic products because it can jeopardize health by damaging the kidney and nerve system. In addition to that, it can also affect the brain development of young infants or unborn babies, apart from causing rashes, irritation, and changes to the skin. As such, traders are advised to immediately stop selling and distributing these products, as it is an offense under the Control of Drugs and Cosmetics Regulations 1984. Under the regulations, an individual is liable to be fined a maximum of RM25,000 or jailed up to 3 years or both for the first offence, and fined up to RM50,000 or jailed not more than 5 years or both for a subsequent offence. He said those who have been using the products should immediately stop using them and seek advice from health professionals if they experience any discomfort or adverse side effect. The public is advised to check the notification status of cosmetic products on the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency NPRA website or NPRA Product Status application, which can be downloaded from Google Play Store.
saksikan saya Nadia Akila bersama Tony Yusof dalam rancangan Tony Lapa, eksklusif di TVS, saluran 122 Astro dan MyTV.
Amalan mendera darah mampu memupuk nilai murni dan tanggungjawab dalam diri sendiri serta masyarakat. Dengan mendera darah, ia memberikan sinar kepada mereka yang memerlukan. Berikan sokongan anda. Jadilah penderma darah.
Welcome back. Now on to some global news. All 79 Malaysians comprising of diplomats and their dependents residing in Kazakhstan are safe following the ongoing violence and protests in the country. The Foreign Ministry in a statement said they are closely monitoring the latest development in Almaty to ensure the safety and well-being of all Malaysians registered with the embassy in Nur Sultan are being taken care of. The 79 Malaysians residing in the Central Asian countries are made up of in the anti-government demonstrations to date. At least 18 security officers had also lost their lives in the violence. The next generation of 5G technology is expected to open with a future, new and exciting possibilities designed for unlocking real-time decision-making and revolutionizing user experiences. It is perceived as a game-changer with a speed that can reach up to 100 times faster than its predecessor. However, airline industries are not keen on the said technological advancement. Heated debates on the issue between telcos and airline companies in the United States have been ongoing for weeks over the potential impact of 5G on aircraft or with the concern about interference on the airline safety systems. So, does 5G really pose a threat to airline safety? Telco giants Verizon Communication and AT&T have come to their consensus to a 2-week delay in their 5G rollout. In early 2021, the US auctioned mid-range 5G bandwidth to mobile phone companies in the 3.7 to 3.98 GHz range, also known as the C-band, creating concerns to the US aviation industry as they warn of the risk that it may disrupt flight equipment. For background, the airline industry uses radar altimeters to measure altitude, which helps lower the risk of accidents or collisions by giving an accurate reading of the proximity to the ground. Airlines company have expressed their concern that there is not enough of a buffer for the 5G frequencies, warning that the issue could disrupt up to 4% of daily flights. The rollout of 5G services elsewhere, on the other hand, has broadly gone ahead without airline safety concerns. For instance, the European Union, the EU, has set standards in 2019 for 5G frequencies in the 3.4 to 3.8 GHz, where airline radar altimeters operate in the 4.2 to 4.4 GHz. In South Korea, the 5G mobile communication frequency is 3.42 to 3.7 GHz band. However, so far there has been no report of interference with radio waves since the commercialization of 5G in April 2019. Now, Genshin Impact, an open-world game that has taken the gaming industry by storm, had fined one of its beta testers a whopping $78,000 for leaking footages of contents that would be available to gamers in the game's upcoming version 2.5 patch. The game developer, MiHoYo, tracked down the user via an in-game ID known as the Unique Identifier or UID. Feeling overwhelmed, the leaker pleaded his case on a blog post. According to a blog post written by the leaker, he was not the one responsible for publishing the footage, rather a friend who he has known for a long time and shared similar interests. Unfortunately, MiHoYo traced the footage originating from his account, which not only led to the hefty fine, but also his account suspension, where he allegedly invested a good amount of money. Players above the age of 18 years old may apply to be part of the game's upcoming version testing. However, they are bound to a contract where any contents shown during the particular version testing are not to be shown to any other party. Additionally, players would also need to submit an unexpired government-issued ID while also being part of the game's official Discord server. In 2021, Genshin Impact made $2.1 billion from Google Play and the Apple App Store. This, however, excludes revenue from their PC, PlayStation, and third-party Android storefronts. Now, BMW has unveiled the world's first color-changing car at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. The concept car, called the BMW iX Flow, uses e-ink technology to produce fluid color changes that completely transform the car's exterior into a variety of colors and patterns.
This is the world's first real colour-changing car. There's been fakes out there, there's been projection mapping, there's been light, but this is really energy-efficient colour change using the technology e-ink. It's never been done before, so this is a proof of concept. The question we wanted to answer is, can we make a colour-changing car? And the answer is yes. And we did it using e-ink. It's the material we know from e-readers, so from Kindles. So it's the reason why you can read your Kindles so nicely in the sun, because there's actual color change going on there. So we took this material, it's kind of a thick paper, and our challenge was to get this on a 3D object like our cars.
When stimulated by electrical signals, the e-ink technology brings different color pigments to the surface, causing the car's body skin to take on the desired coloration. Aside from the color and pattern changes, the technology can also help with sustainability and climate control within the vehicle.
My favourite use case is the use of colour to influence sunlight reflection. So on a hot sunny day like today, you could switch the colour white to reflect sunlight. On a cold day, you could switch it black to absorb the heat, support climate control and support sustainability. And the awesome thing about this technology, it's bistable. So if you switch it white, take the power off, it stays white. So it doesn't need any energy to hold any given colour.
The e-ink technology is also energy efficient, with absolutely no energy needed to maintain the exterior color the driver selects. The driver would have the option of changing the color of the car from within the cabin or by using an app on a phone or even through hand gestures. The technology is still in its early days, and the model displayed at CES had only the option of turning gray and white. But in the future, this will be expanded to cover a wide color spectrum. And that's all the time we have for tonight's TVS Nightline. Follow us on our social media, YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. It's TVSTVMY for more news updates. I'm Muhammad Yusuf. Good night and stay safe.
Percayalah bahawa anda bertanggungjawab terhadap diri anda sendiri. Anda bertanggungjawab untuk mengatakan tidak. Jangan biarkan orang lain mempengaruhi